It's now time for Hello, Mr. President, a segment that is dedicated solely to you telling the entire world and the country about issues that you're experiencing within your communities and us calling onto policymakers to do something about it. If you have not yet sent in your videos, please take your phone out and record an up to 1 minute video. Send that video to us via the email hellomrpresidenttv@gmail.com or our WhatsApp line 0550-585832. And every Wednesday at 9:30, we will show the world what you're going through and also call on policymakers to do something about it. If you don't have a camera phone, don't worry. You can text the problems to us via the same email and that WhatsApp line. We'll start the segment of today by going to Yendi in the northern region. There's a water crisis there. We'll watch the video and then we'll continue the conversation.
This is Ahmed from Yendi. Yeah, Mr. President, we are still waiting for the water. Yes, you promised us that you will give us water. But up to date, as you can see, we are still suffering. We are suffering. Yendi, we are suffering. No water, oh, Mr. President. No water. Even water to drink, right, is difficult for us. So please, we beg, let them come and support us. We need water. We need water.
Water is an essential resource. You need clean water to stay healthy. You need clean water to take a shower. To be a decent human being, to live hygienically, you need water. But for the people of Yendi, this is not the reality. You have students not being able to go to school on time because they have to travel miles away just to get access to clean water. Our reporter did a quick story on this issue. We're going to watch it so that we have a bigger appreciation for the problem, and then we'll talk to the MC of the area.
Water, they say, is life, as it is mostly impossible to do without it. The northern regional town of Yendi, the capital of Dagbon, is faced with serious water crisis. Reports say fire gutted the treatment plant in the area some 2 weeks ago, and this has affected the supply of water in the town. Residents now rely on the services of water tankers who have increased their prices. One may see women and children looking for water in the area. Women here complain to Citi News how the station is taking a toll on their lives.
It affects us a lot because some of us, we go to work, and when you get there, you have to suffer before you get water, before you go to work. And by the time you reach the website, it will be late. Especially with those working at the health side. By the time you be going, you go, and the one you have to go and represent so that the fellow will also go home. The fellow will be talking, but because of the water problem, that's why we are suffering by that.
We normally suffer to get water because of the ban of the water company. Okay. Sometimes we will go far away, like where the thermal station is, to get water,
and are therefore calling on the government to come to their aid.
So we are pleading with the president to help us get the water. We are suffering. We are suffering.
So as you see in that report, children who are supposed to go to school, their colleagues who are outside Yendi are probably currently in school, spending extra hours studying so that they can be globally competitive. Meanwhile, because they find themselves in Yendi, they have to spend hours just to get access to this essential resource that they should naturally gain. Last year, the president told us that we should all have access to water because we're dealing with a pandemic that requires us to be healthy by drinking clean water, a pandemic that requires us to always wash our hands with running water and soap. How exactly are people supposed to comply with these protocols when they don't have access to something as essential as water? Throughout the Hello, Mr. President segment, if you have any contributions to the conversation, please use the hashtag BreakfastDaily and the WhatsApp line 0550-585832 for us to hear from you. It's essential that we all actively participate in our development, and our policymakers won't sit up if we don't hold them accountable to these issues. We have the MCE of Yendi on the line, Alhaji Hamed Abubakari Yusuf. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being with us. My name is Jifa Ametam, and I'm the host of this segment.
And thank you for having me.
Please tell us a bit about this issue and the number of people who are affected by it.
Come again?
Tell us a bit about this water crisis. How long has it been with the community?
You mean this year or?
For as long as you've had the water crisis.
Well, this water crisis, I can say it's an age-old one who can be said to be about 18 years now. What happened is that the treatment center was constructed in 1959. Sorry, 1953. Now, that treatment center, until 1997, when it was rehabilitated through the then MP, Honorable Malik Alassane Yakubu, by the then ambassador of Canada. Now, at the time it was constructed, Yendi was having a population not out to 2,000. But today, we have about 70,000, a population of about 70,000 people. So, the rehabilitation, the center is well, all equipment well, all the systems well, but the water basin, the river basin is drying up. What happens is that due to siltation and then global warming, at this time of the year, for about 18 years now, the water body breaks down into ponds. However, this was tackled, we started tackling in 2008. In 2008, the then government saw the need to relocate the treatment center on the river Oti, which has more water, and which is about 25 kilometers away from Yendi. But the current one is about 5 kilometers away from Yendi. That is the Dakar River. Now, drawings and everything was ready in 2008, only to source funding to get it implemented when there was a change of government. And throughout the 8 years of the new government, nothing was done about this water crisis in Yendi. Nothing was done about the new expected station. So this government has come and it has started. It has gone back to review the process that started, and finally there was a shortcut in last year in July last year for the implementation of the construction of new water treatment system for Yendi.
So from last year till now, what has changed as far as the people's ability to get access to this water?
Well, when this one was, when the new treatment center soil was cut, work is going on. We're told that it will take us about 3 years to get it. Because of that, we have drilled some mechanized boreholes, high-yielding ones, about 5 of them. These mechanized boreholes cannot pump water to the reservoir that serves Yendi, but it can pump water into water tankers to serve the people of Yendi. So when it gets to this time, instead of the pumping station pumping water to the town, no, we provide tankers so that these tankers will take water from the treatment center and then serve the community.
Are these tankers able to get to every household? Because what your people are saying is that they have to spend hours traveling miles just to get access to water.
If they are traveling miles, yes. Which source of water do you think they are traveling miles? I don't think there's any source of water that allows people to travel miles. Nobody travels miles. What they can tell is that the water bodies that are along the Dakar River that have been cut into ponds, the private tankers go to feed them and sell them to the people in town.
There's also an issue of dredging the water because there are issues with the water there. So have you had any updates on dredging some of these waters?
On what?
Dredging the water.
Dredging the water, yes. What is happening is that even all that one is meant for temporary solutions while we wait for the new water system. The Ghana Water Company was invited by the Yana and laid the problem before them. They realized they could, for now, they can start dredging it. They have done that. And again, we realized there was a need for us to expand the base, the intake points, so that by next year, there will be enough water stored there before the water bodies catch.
What date specifically next year, so that we have timelines that we are working with? So in the short term, they will have some solution next year. When will this solution be permanent?
What I'm saying is that for the work on the Dakar River is being made for temporary purposes. But the new station, when completed, will make it permanent and it will serve all the villages along the Yendi Ngani, that is the source of water, the new source of water now. So currently, what we're doing is to be able to expand the base at which the treatment water is taking water. So now dredging has been completed around that site by the Ghana Water Company. But again, we, in consultation with the contractors on Eastern Corridor Road, they have agreed to help us expand so that we can increase the volume that is being stored at the intake points on the river.
Thank you very much, Alhaji Hamed Abubakar Yusuf.
Thank you.
We have to end the conversation here, but thank you very much for spending the morning with us. And so what you're saying is
I'm grateful.
you have some short-term solutions for the people so that they have adequate access to water. And in the long term, you plan to expand the access so that more people won't have to deal with this. It's been, over 50 years since your people have been struggling with this. And I think it will be great if young people and women don't have to spend the amount of time they do each day just getting access to water. So we'll be following up with you on this story. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
So from here, we're going to the central region. We received a video about a library, a community library that we all need to advocate for it to be well-resourced, as well as get the right personnel to help the community get access to the knowledge that they need to really rise out of poverty. Let's take a look at the video.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. My friend Abigail Mensa. Me school at Tom TI Amedia Basic School. Fiti Abraham Weber School at the new library and also on Yeduma. Onam the Mintia Kuna, ye change Madama. I suppose to say there's Sanka. Mother Bay Library Manka, Quadan, Kayan Chinchu. Or no, then Brian go to Yaba, how you go snag. I'm employing all of the brain of now, say, Ben, you'll be so but to my library now. My time I ever got to be able to snag. You can't say a few. Fill the school and a pie 2 years now the kaka and sana yash school I say. But on the library boy in the brew that make good out looking kindness, Nalisha, bro, for they are showing the officers some Wi-Fi, no computer.
So that's a young woman in the community, a student appealing for us to help them improve their library. We all know that books are the one resource that children can have access to that will help them see beyond the limitations of their environment. It will introduce them to worlds and opportunities that they cannot physically see and really help them tap into resources that will help them rise out of poverty. Without books, the child won't be able to expand her vocabulary. Without books, she won't be able to know what's possible out there. Without books, she won't have the knowledge to even chase her dreams. This student wants to have access to that knowledge, but unfortunately, we've not been able to resource her library enough. There's a librarian there who also sent us a video. Let's take a look at it.
Since the library is part of the community, well, I'm serving the community to do so. If this library should be open and it's functioning. I don't like it. I heard my senior colleagues talking about the fact that the library should be open, like it should come under the library community of the country. That would be very, very, very good, because we have kids here who have that potential. If it is tapped right, they can do great things. And as much as sad in this country, we do everything with English, even though it's not our native language, we use it for everything. Now, if you have kids who don't read, there's no way they can perfect the language to the point that they can do whatever they are supposed to do with that. So I'm entreating the council, the president, to be specific, to make it a point to open the library, to make it a well-functioning library, which will be equipped to serve and to feed these minds.
So we have the assemblyman of the Akosombo electoral area in Apam on the line with us, Samuel Nimo Akwa. Good morning, Samuel.
Good morning, madam.
Thank you so much for being with us. Can you please tell us a bit more about this library?
Thank you. Once again, good morning to your viewers. I am Nimo Akwa Samuel, as you said, an assembly member in Utom, Ekumfi in the Ekumfi district of the Central Region. This our library we talking about was under a project way back in Fansman district, Ekumfi constituency then, as used to be called Fansman East, was part of the Fansman West constituency to be under the Fansman district. So in around 2005, there was this project of a community-based rural development plan, of which the people of Utom got a library put up for us. And, you know, it was stocked with computers and some few books. But as you are aware, the library lacked people that would, you know, get it manned, or that would be responsible for it. So with time, it did not work. And GIFEC, as you remember, GIFEC took over, brought in some computers. And later, in that same sense, we couldn't get people to man it as expected, and the whole thing came down like that. And in around 2016, 2017, we got one philanthropist and an evangelist called Mr. Otten. He brought in the books, as you see them, as we are all seeing on your screen. He brought the books. We got a local person to man the thing. In fact, the community, you know, negotiated with the guy to give him some token. And the token, the source of the income from the community was the premise fuel, as you are aware. We are a coastal community. So we were taking the money from the premise. And as you rightly know, the premise does not come on regular basis, as we all will be expecting. So it got to a point the community wasn't able to pay the guy that was taking charge of the library, and he had to stop. You know, he had to fend for himself, so he had to stop. And our library got closed. And that is our challenge, as a matter of fact. So we are just pleading with the government, or begging the president through the Ghana Library Authority to assist us to be able to get somebody to man the library for us, probably get a bigger facility for us, probably, or in addition, stock it with some computers so that the children will get access. And, you know, that in one way or the other will help us reduce some social vices that are prevailing in the system.
So, Samuel, quickly, how much would it cost to get someone to manage, just so we can put a cost to it? Because I heard this is a community of over 3,000 people. How much are we looking at to actually get someone to man this library? Yes.
You know, I don't know how much the Ghana Library Authority pay their workers, but we were giving him a token, probably 200 Ghana, 300 Ghana there.
Okay.
And the community couldn't pay with respect to time, and, you know, he had to stop.
Okay, we're going to speak to your DCE next to really understand what they've been doing on their side to solve this problem, because it's sad that a community of over 3,000 people won't have access to knowledge just because you can afford 500 Ghana cedis or 700 Ghana cedis a month to pay someone to man this library for you. Thank you so much for being with us, Samuel. We're going to talk to the DCE next, but we've received some messages from our viewers, so I'm going to read these messages while we get a hold of the DCE of that area. Good morning, Jifa. I think our country needs leaders who are not selfish and greedy to be able to meet the growing demands of the people and the development of this nation. One thing we must know is that whatever we do in this country, our great-grandchildren will definitely face it one day. Ghana is weeping seriously. This is coming from Nadoli. Another message here. Hello, Jifa. I am a student of UDS Tamale. I want to use your medium to plead to the government to look into the water for the students. It is so bad that some of us use sachet water to bath. This is coming from Antomba. Keep the messages coming. The hashtag is Breakfast Daily, and the WhatsApp line is 0550-585832. If you're outside Ghana and you're watching us, please, you can use the country code +233 to join the conversation. We now have the DCE of the Akosombo electoral area in Apam, Bernard Bright Grant, on the line. Good morning, Mr. Bright. Mr. Grant, are you on the line?
Yes, Mr. Grant is.
Thank you very much, Mr. Grant. Please tell us what you've been able to do to solve this problem, because it's pretty sad that over 3,000 people in your area don't have consistent access to knowledge because they can't afford to get someone to man the library for them.
Yeah, in the first place, I'm very much thankful for you getting in touch. But it's sad. This issue got to me only yesterday. I know the community is called, and in our jurisdiction, we've done quite a lot. But this particular issue was brought to my attention only yesterday in the night, around 7:38 p.m.
So before yesterday, you didn't know that this community had this issue with the library?
Never.
You never knew that people of this...
Never, ever. But
Akumfi Oto area have gone for years without anyone helping them. Do you visit communities within your constituency?
Yeah, we do a lot of community visitations and all that, but this has never been drawn to our attention. And each time that we go there, a different project is given to us to pursue. That does not mean that because I've just heard of it, I'm going to give up or ignore it. And that is no. Now that my attention has been drawn to it, myself and our management will sit up, draw a strategy, and see how best we can make that library a useful one, because we all know the usefulness of libraries. And then, yeah.
Okay, so can we call you same time next week to find out the plan that you're going to outline with your people, so that your people and the nation will know what it will take for the people of this community to have access to knowledge? Because really, they're just asking for someone to man the library for them.
Oh, yes. The issue of manning is not going to be that difficult, because if it had been to me, if I had been in the know, I would have asked even at least national service personnel to man it for us.
Perfect.
With proper supervision from the community.
Okay.
But I don't have any idea until you told me yesterday.
Awesome.
And you know that in assembly, before you spend a dime, you must have had a plan for it. It should have been budgeted. It will have to go through a lot of processes. Many people approving that expenditure.
Okay.
That's what makes it a bit delayed. But that's notwithstanding. A journey with 1,000 miles begins
with one step.
With a step.
So for today,
it is good that it has come to my attention, and I will do everything humanly possible to ensure that the people of Ekunfi benefit tremendously from the use of the library. We are going to make it work. It has to work. Because it's a bigger community. We have a lot of facilities there. So if it is there, it will enhance teaching and learning. and we encourage most students to even speed up in their learning momentum.
Thank you very much,
in the right direction.
Mr. Grant. So we will call you to, next Wednesday, 9:30, to get updates on this issue, because your people really need access to knowledge, and all they're asking for is someone to manage. So we'll call you 9:30 next week, Wednesday. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, too. I'm highly elated for your calling.
And thank you at home for staying with us for this edition of Breakfast Daily and Hello, Mr. President. Unfortunately, we have officially run out of time, but I do have to give a special birthday shout-outs to Prince, who mans our MCR every single day. You guys don't get to see him, but he's responsible for the slugs. He's responsible for me getting my messages. He's responsible for so many things that you at home do not get to see and appreciate. And we love him so, so much. We wouldn't be able to bring you the content that we do every single morning without him. So Prince, happy, happy, happy birthday. And we love you, and we hope that you go on to achieve everything that you put your mind to in this world. My name is Jifa Ekia Ametam.